Hi, this is my first video, and today I want to talk about the law of attraction and a little bit about the struggles that I've been having with it. If you don't know what is the law of attraction, simply put, it is manifesting your reality based on your thoughts and emotions. So basically, according to the lawofattraction.com, it says it is the law of attraction which uses the power of the mind to translate whatever is in our thoughts and materialize them into reality. Mind-blowing shit. Anyways, so if it actually goes on to say, if you focus on negative doom and gloom, you will remain under that cloud. If you focus on positive thoughts and have goals that you aim to achieve, you will find a way to achieve them with massive action. So basically, the law of attraction is trying to tell you that you have a blank canvas in front of you, which represents your future. The past is behind you. Now, a lot of people, they tend to project the past onto their future. So you find that, you're having hard times and you're financially strapped and you're having problems on your job, and, it's like Murphy's Law. You attract the same for your future because you're not actively conscious of your emotions. Not just the thoughts, but the emotions behind it. The emotions is more or less the driving force for the vibrations that you push out into the universe. So it is important to be aware, firstly, of what you feel inside, right? So that is the law of attraction in a nutshell. And what they say, in me having looked into it a bit over the past few years, it is a matter of creating an image in your head of your own desires. Let me pull an example then. I will use a short-term goal as an example. Let's say you need a new car. You need a new car because, let's say, for example, the car that you have now is old and breaking down, and it's costing you money, and it's loud and it's embarrassing to drive, and all these other reasons that you may need a new car. Now, in order to manifest a new car, you need to picture yourself in a car. You have to feel like you're driving this new car. You have to be able to imagine the smell of the new, the plastic on the seats, or so, and you picture the road and you're behind the steering wheel and so on and so forth. And this is how you attract, and you supposedly manifest yourself, well, according to the Lord. So I say supposedly because, like I said, I am struggling. On the flip side, though, if every time you got into your old broken down car, you sit there and you grumble and you be like, I need a new car because this car is then guess what? You're not going to manifest what you want. You're going to probably break down that very same day because that's the emotions that you push out into the universe that will attract similar. So that's the catch-22 with it. You want something, but you want it in the positive light. And once desperation comes into play, or this earnest need to have this, you are basically pushing it further away. Fun. Anyhow, what I found in my struggles with the law of attraction is that I have a problem visualizing, right? Maybe my pineal gland is all the way messed up because of my age, and I've only come to look at these things quite recently. So yeah, visualization is very difficult for me. It's hard for me to picture an image in my head, and I feel like I'm doing it wrong. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't been rigid and regular and consistent with, my seeking. And so I've decided to try another version, and this is why I've did this vid today, because I started to write down. One of the tips and tricks of the law of attraction is that you write down your goals. So I've known this for a little while, but I haven't been doing it. And to be honest, it's because I've just been trying to do it by will and by zen and by flowing. But what I found is, even though I've found myself a lot of internal peace and enlightenment, and my intuition is up, even though I have these positive traits, I can't progress. I am not prospering. So I've decided to try one of their other tips, which would be, starts off with you writing down your goals. Now, when I first read about writing goals, and what I found was that I didn't really know what I wanted in my life. I didn't know enough to say, well, I wasn't specific enough. I know what I want. I know I wanted to be comfortable. I know I didn't want to go hungry, and I know, all these little things that I think every human being has a desire that, to just have. But, it wasn't enough for me. So in me taking this little exercise seriously in writing down my goals, I found that I needed to be a little more specific. So I headed out 2 lists. One is short-term goals and one is long-term goals. Now, the long-term goals would be where you see yourself in the next 20 years, or where you plan to retire and live out the rest of your days, and what you want that to be like. So this is more long-term goals. Now, this would be easier for me because you know what everybody wants. You know what I mean? I know for me personally, I would like to live off-grid, in nature, and have solar powered and recycle water and grow my own food and all of this stuff. Now, that's far away. So it's a little more realistic for me to make long-term goals, and that list should be easy for me. What I found though in my short-term goal list, even though I know to myself that, the little things I want, because I recently learned the trade of woodworking, right? Because I do love it, and I've pursued it in my later years, and I would like to make a career out of this. So the problem is I don't have anything to start with. I don't have what I need, and what I know I need, and what I've been trying to manifest for the past couple weeks or so is money to buy a table saw. Now that I've decided to put it on paper, what I've found is that my attitude towards manifesting was more nonchalant. Like, if I felt like I wanted a chocolate bar, I would get that feeling, and then I would discard it, and I wouldn't think anything of it until later the day, if I somehow got this chocolate bar without me having to put out money and go and buy it, and without me making effort. You understand? I attracted that, and when I get it in my hand, it is a little mind-blowing. You'll be like, wow. So then to yourself that trying to manifest without the desperation, without the nagging, tends to bring it close. So I've tried to adopt that in getting my damn table saw. But now that as zen as you feel you are, or as far in the back of your head as you want to toss the thought of having this thing, it's not coming. So me now taking this new exercise and writing it down, I've realized that I have a fear. Like, I haven't written it down yet, but me writing down that I'm going to have a table saw by whatever deadline or whatever, if that's the route that I'm going, you know, I realize that it is not very realistic in my beliefs, and if I didn't try to write it down, I probably would just be sailing through it and just be like, and not realize that there is something deep inside of me that is resistant to it. And I know why. It's because of my mind. I'm an overthinker and I'm a problem solver. And, any situation that comes upon me, I figure out how. Any obstacles, I find a way to work around it. And that's in my nature, and that's how I've always been. So, for me now to say that I'm going to get a table saw, and for me to believe that it's going to manifest out of thin air, or the money is just going to come just like that when I have no income, is unrealistic to me. So what I realize is that the reason why I haven't been going anywhere and I'm stuck is because I lack the faith. The faith, or the belief, the faith that is just letting go and letting it be is not there. But when I get that feeling in the pit of my stomach, it's not the pleasure of having the table saw. It's the fear that I can't, that that this is all ridiculous, and well, not so much ridiculous, but if I don't have a plan at hand, it just doesn't seem realistic. And this is what my work is cut out for me. This is where I see my fight, my battle to take another step is. So I invite you to join me on my manifestation. I'm going to write down about my table saw. And over the next, I don't want to put a limit on it. I don't want to put a deadline. Even, I don't want to say by so and so date, even though 30 days is an ideal time, I do find it's long. And I would like to get this like next week, But I realize I need to fix on my heart or something so I'm going to write down table saw. I'm going to give it 30 days. And I'm going to look at it every day. Look at what I write down every day. And we'll see how it goes. It's either I'm going to get the money or the table saw, or an opportunity to make the money to buy the table saw. So, wish me luck, and I'll keep you posted. Today is day 1 on a 30-day for my table saw. Bless.